This is the Night Wolf howling at you, and today we're going to do a proper review of the Red Gullwing. Previously, I did just an unboxing video, and I didn't talk in it and just put some of my thoughts in the description. This time we'll actually go over it a little bit more detail, and I'll talk about it. And the reason why I'm doing this is because Ramen Toys is releasing a variant of the Red Gullwing. Now, as my understanding is, Ramen Toys received a cease and desist order from Hasbro for the production of their Makina toy line. That being said, they are apparently still allowed to go ahead and put out a couple variations on the Red Gullwing, and they are also going to be putting out their Great White figure and vehicle, which is apparently a variation on the mask shark that was actually never produced as a toy. So the new Red Gullwing that's coming out will be a little bit different. Um, I'll see if I can get. I think I know what all the changes are. The wings will be fully chrome, the ones that pop out. The interior is going to be black and beige, which will be a different look than this one has. Instead of the tempos on the outside of this one, you'll be receiving a sticker sheet. It still comes with the figure and the helmet. They're going to have a different box design, and as I understand it, it's not going to be a window box. It's mentioned as the new environmental friendly or packaging, which is the way of saying it's going to be a cardboard box that you can't see the toy through. And there won't be a comic this time either. Um, Also, as I've heard, there is supposed to be a third release later on that's supposed to be of a shattered glass design, which if you're a Transformers fan, you'll understand what shattered glass is. If not, that is basically an alternate universe where the good guys are bad guys and the bad guys are good guys. So let's go ahead and take a look at this now. Uh, the box is designed to look much like the mask packaging back in the 80s. It has an opening window that allows you to see the toy inside and a lot of nice detail here. I couldn't tell you if this was actually on the mask packaging or not. Got some images on the side, product shot on the back. Just an explosion on the other side. The top shows some of the features with the detailed cockpit. It comes with two sets of bombs. This set here actually can be used to replace the bombs that came with the original Thunderhawk vehicle, because as I tried them previously, they did not actually fit in the weapons bay on the Red Gullwing. And I put the vehicle back in the box just for the dramatic unboxing. Oh my gosh. Here we have the stand that is supposed to be included in the reissue. It's actually a pretty nice stand, to be honest with you. We have the instruction booklet, which I had needed to refer to when I did the unboxing because I couldn't figure out where the how to actually pop up the spoiler in the back. The mini comic that it came with featuring Mads Hawking. To be perfectly honest with you, I thought the comic story itself was kind of boring. But being that they only had one toy out so far, then, maybe it would have been more interesting when they added some more if they continued the comics. and the series. We have the bag of spare parts here, um, which again includes the replacement missiles for your original Thunderhawk, the rear view mirrors for the sides of the Gullwing, and previously it held the bombs that are currently inside this one because up until I grabbed it to bring with me, it was on display. Mm. Mm. Seems like the spoiler spring doesn't want to stay in place. So the rear view mirrors don't actually click in place, they just kind of sit there. I've debated gluing them. Somebody has told me that the reason why they don't lock in place is because they wanted people to be able to just take them out for when it's in their flight mode. Honestly, I think I would rather they just snap into place. That's maybe my one issue with this. Aside from right now the spoiler not wanting to stay down. Huh. So, if you've ever seen Mask, the cartoon is available to purchase on Amazon. The car transforms by raising its doors, popping out these additional wing bits to extend, and then what you should do is, pull this little lever down here, and that's supposed to pop this out, where you can kind of see. Well, maybe you can't see it. There's a Makina logo back here, along with the thrusters and the spoiler, and that allows you to fly the vehicle. You also have the bomb bay doors, so as you're flying, you can attack by dropping them. We have the Mads figure. The seatbelt on this version is made of elastic instead of plastic, so you can stretch it. The seats move forward and back to make it easier to fit the figure in there. The pedals are decked out in silver, and you probably won't be able to see it very well, but the control panel's also got some nice deco. And you can even see, let's see if I can get it in here. I'll have to definitely throw some pictures in afterwards. He's talking to whoever the shark pilot was going to be called, and then there's an image of one of the enemy vehicles. I think they were going to call them Poison instead of the mask version Venom. For a figure this size, Mad Talking actually has a pretty fair amount of articulation. A shoulder joint, spin, mask can come off, elbow joint, waist swivel. The knees can go up, back, now out a little bit. Knees bend at a 90. There's no ankle articulation. And of course, the face doesn't have much in the line of actual paint, just the hair. But with a figure this size, you wouldn't really expect there to be a lot of paint apps on the head. let's go ahead and take a look at it compared to, oh man, spoiler down. Let's compare it to the original Thunderhawk. The size on the Red Gullwing is larger than the Thunderhawk is. Um, and just so you know, I have no idea where the stickers that are on this one came from. They are not the original ones, and I couldn't tell you what. I don't even know if this is from the same toy line, to be honest. It's just the stickers that were on it. They did a pretty good job on the design for the new Red Gullwing compared to the previous Thunderhawk. You know, it is a larger size. Um, the spoiler fits back here more, although I guess this was more of an actual spoiler here on the original. And this is just kind of like the back of the car. They did a great job on the details for the headlights and tail lights, decked out in chrome and colored with plastic on top of them. I unfortunately do not have the matte tracker figure that the original toys came with. So we will show it off with the uh, Bruce Sato figure. Just to note, the Makina figures are a little bit taller than the original mask ones, and as mentioned before, they have a lot less articulation in mask, being just a 5 point, well, 7 point, because the knees do bend to allow for sitting in some of the vehicles. This figure is so old though, he feels kind of gooey. Um, just kind of gross to say. As I mentioned before, we had the extra set of bombs, which you can fit into the bottom of the Thunderhawk. To work as replacements for the original one if you have the original one and don't have the bombs anymore. And with the Thunderhawk, supposedly they stay in until you press the thrusters, which activate the release on that. So that's a cool little addition for people who are collecting the old original mask toys as well as picking up the new Red Gullwing. It would be nice if some of the other toy companies would do that sort of thing with their newer figures and vehicles, but they're definitely more about profit than about fan service. Of course, both the Red Gullwing and the original Thunderhawk could hold 2 figures, though we don't have 2 figures for the Red Gullwing yet. But that pretty much concludes this. Remember, if you go to ramentoys.com, you can go ahead and order the second variation. As I mentioned, apparently this entire section here will be chromed instead of silver paint over red to make it match more of what the original toy looked like. And you'll have the great fun of putting stickers on if you want them instead of having the paint already done. And I don't know what those stickers are going to be, if they're supposed to just match up with what was originally done like this to match the toy, the original toy, or if it'll be more of maybe a unique design. But I look forward to finding out. though I probably won't be picking up that one since I already have the first release here. However, I might consider picking up the shattered glass version if it looks cool. I imagine that it'll probably be inverting these colors, kind of making it look maybe more like the Shattered Glass Optimus Prime, with it being mostly purple, and then the purple will probably end up being red. So anyway, I think that'll conclude our discussion on the Red Gullwing. Hope you enjoyed this talk. Uh, Let me know if you decided you wanted to pick up the new version, if you missed out on the old one. Uh, Thanks for watching. Please feel free to like, subscribe, and share. Comment if you'd like, and that'll be it. Once again, peace and love.